Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this class, we are going to discuss about the class 10 chemistry, some important questions with a solution for 1 mark. Now, very firstly we have list any two observation when ferrous sulfate is heated in a dry test tube. We know that when this ferrous sulfate is heated, so decomposition of ferrous sulfate will take place. During that time, we can observe the green color salt, that is a ferrous sulfate actual color will be a light green color is there. So this light green, that is a green color, will be fade into or change into reddish brown due to formation of ferrous oxide, sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. Fe2O3, what are the products we will be getting? Fe2O3, SO2 and SO3. These are the three products. Due to that, green color to reddish brown color will be formed. This is the first observation. Second observation, there is a evolution of gas. So here sulfur dioxide gas is there, sulfur trioxide gas is there. So due to that, both the gases will be evolved. So next question is, name the substance which is used to remove the permanent hardness from the water. So in order to remove the permanent hardness, we can use the sodium carbonate. So what is the formula of sodium carbonate? Na2CO3 10H2O, that is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Which products obtained from the 1 ml HCl react with 1 gram of Na, that is sodium metal. When sodium metal reacts with HCl, what is going to happen? Na plus HCl, what is going to happen? NaCl and H2 gas will be produced. 2 Na, just balance this. Na, 2 NaCl and H2. This is the reaction in where we will be getting two products. One is sodium chloride we will be getting and hydrogen gas will be liberated. So before going to next question, we have to understand here, since these are the one word 1 marks questions, so we need to write it either in the one word or one sentence. So how much less we can write that much. With a proper answer we have to give. So next question is, give reason why oil and fat containing food flushed with a nitrogen gas. We know that. So whatever the oil and fat containing foods are there, when we keep outside, then what is going to happen? Oxidation will take place. So that is also called as a rancidity. So in order to prevent from this rancidity, the chips packets, whatever the food packets are there, inside that food packets, what they will do? They will flush with a nitrogen gas in order to prevent from the rancidity. Next question, state two properties of gold which are extreme use to jewelers. So very firstly, gold is a metal. So what are the properties gold will be having? One is lustrous. Gold is a shiny. Okay, lustrous means it is a shiny, and it is having a capacity to bring into thin wires, that is called as a, and also it is also having a capacity to bring it to thin sheets. That means the properties are called as a ductility and malleability. So these are the useful properties. First one is lustrous and second is ductility and malleability. So moving to the next question. So it is just like MCQ question. NaHCO3, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate, when added to acetic acid, evolves a gas. Which of the following statements are true about the gas involved? So here there are 4 options already they have given. Based on these 4 options, we have to select any of these correct option. First of all, what they have taken? NaHCO3. So NaHCO3 plus acetic acid CH3 COOH is there. So what it will form? It will be producing CH3 CONA, that is sodium salt of carboxylic acid, and it will be producing CO2 and it will be producing H2O. So here we will be concentrating on the carbon dioxide. What they said, statements are true about the gas involved. Okay, evolution of gas is there. Which gas? Carbon dioxide gas is there. So let me read all the 4 options which they have given. That is, it turns lime water milky. Yes, carbon dioxide, when you pass the carbon dioxide into lime water turns milky. Okay, so that is actually the correct option. Okay, we'll be just ticking it It is used as a fire extinguisher. Yes, carbon dioxide used as a fire extinguisher. That is also correct. It dissolves in a solution of NaOH. Yes, carbon dioxide, when you pass it into the carbon dioxide, it will be dissolved in the NaOH. And it has a pungent smell. No, pungent smell of which one it will come? Pungent smell will be coming from the ammonia. So this is not a proper option. So we'll be finding this from the options like 1, 2 and 3. All the 3 should be there. Okay, first one, second one and third. So here only 2 is there, here it is there 1, 2, 3. So B is the answer. So B, we can write B is the option. This is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Next question is, aluminium is used for making cooking utensils. Which of the properties of aluminium are responsible for the same? So some properties are they have given: good thermal conductivity, good electrical conductivity, ductility, high melting point. So out of this, what we need? Thermal conductivity will be more. So it should be a good conductor of heat and heat, and it should be not melt. Whatever the temperature we are giving in that temperature for cooking, how much temperature we are using in that particular temperature, it should not melt. So first and fourth is the answer. So ductility means what? When you heat it, it should be melt. Then only it will convert it into thin sheets wire. So it should be not happen. And good conductor of electricity, it should not conduct electricity. So that's why second and third is not the answer. The first and fourth. So just find it. So that will be the D. D is the correct answer. So next question, that is, write the number of covalent bonds in the butane. Just to draw the diagram. So how you are going to draw? See, first draw all the 4 carbon atoms, then balance the hydrogen, H3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So it is all are single bond. Okay, it's a butane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So number of covalent bonds is 13. So next question is, state one reason for placing magnesium and calcium in the same group of the periodic table. So what is the atomic number of magnesium? That is 12. What is the electronic configuration? 2, 8, 2. So calcium is 20. So 2, 8, 8, 2. Just see the valence electrons. What is the number of valence electrons? That is 2. And valency is also 2. And due to the presence of same valence electrons and valency, it is having a same chemical properties, hence belongs to the same group. Which group it is belongs to? Second group. Next question we have, two solution of X and Y are tested with a universal indicator. Solution X turns orange, whereas to solution Y turns red. Which of the solution is stronger acid? We know that universal indicator in strong acid, it will turns into red. Okay, in a strong acid. In a weak acid, what it is going to become? It will become an orange. So easily we can find which is a strong acid, Y is a strong acid and X is a weak acid. Next question, make a distinction between metal and non-metal with respect to nature of their oxides. So how we are going to write? For very firstly, we know that when metal will gives you what? Metal oxide. Which type of metal oxides it will give? When metal reacts with oxygen, it will be producing metal oxides. Which type of metal oxides it is? It will be producing a basic oxides. Because why it is producing basic oxide? When you are taking this basic oxides and test with a litmus paper, it will be like red litmus, it will be converted into blue. Otherwise, just take a basic oxide and react with the water, it will be producing the bases. Next, non-metallic, you can take non-metal, and if you are reacting with oxygen, it will be producing non-metallic oxides, and non-metallic oxides are also called as acidic oxides. Okay, so afterwards it will be producing the acid, hence it is a acidic oxides. So what is the distinction you can say? Metal oxides are basic oxides and non-metal oxides are acidic oxides. This is the major difference between the metals and non-metals. Next, we have a question that write the molecular formula of a second and third member of the homologous series. Our first member is methane. So here, question what they asked, molecular formula. Many of the students what they will do, simply they will write the name. They are asking here molecular formula. Methane they have given. What is the formula of methane? CH4. How we are going to write the homologous series? We have to add CH2 to this, then it will become a second homologous. Then what it will come? C2H6. Okay, this is a ethane. So this is a molecular formula. This is a second homologous series. For this, if you are adding CH2, then it will become C3 H8. What is this? This is the third member of the homologous series, which formula will be methane. Methane, if we are having a methane first member, then second member will be ethane, okay, with the molecular formula C2H6, and third will be propane. So next question is, here they have given the question based on the elements. You see, electronic configuration of two elements X and Y, 2, 8, 7 and 2, 8, 8, 3 respectively. Write their atomic numbers. It is a very simple question. We can easily solve this question. So what is atomic number of X? 2, 8, 7 is there. Just add it. That is 17. What is that? 17. Here 2, 8, 8, 3 is there. So 10, 18 and 21. So this is the atomic number of X and Y. X is equal to 17 and Y is equal to 21. Next question is, why electrical wires are made up of copper? Because copper is a good conductor of electricity. Good conductor of electricity. So it is used as used in the electrical wires. So we'll move to the next question. Atomic number of three elements here they have given, like previous question only it is. Just read what is there actually. The atomic number of three elements X, Y, Z are 3, 11, 17 respectively. State giving reason which two elements will show similar chemical properties. I solved this type of one problem we have already solved. That is X is equal to 3, Y is equal to 11 and Z is equal to 17. So just write the electronic configuration of all the three. 2, 1, 2, 8, 1. So now you come to know which two elements are belongs to same group. 2, 8, 7. 2, 8, 7. So here see these two, like element X and Y belongs to same group and they have same chemical properties because they contain similar valence electrons. Next question, what would be the color of litmus in a solution of sodium carbonate? We know that sodium carbonate is a mild base. So what is going to happen when you are adding the red litmus? So it will turns into blue because it is a base. Hence base will turn the red litmus to blue. So next question, read carefully. Name a salt which does not contain a water of crystallization. We have many salts in the acid base lesson. When you are going to read properly, then we will be getting the many salts with the hydrated, like we have a copper sulfate 5H2O, calcium sulfate half H2O, calcium sulfate 2H2O, Na2CO3 10H2O, like that we have. But here they asked, name a salt which does not contain a water of crystallization. Here generally you can write NaCl doesn't have. Okay, potassium nitrate, it doesn't have any water of crystallization, but they are asking about the salt which they have given in the textbook. So we can write baking soda. What is that? What is the formula of baking soda? That is NaHCO3. That NaHCO3, that baking soda doesn't have a water of crystallization. So you can write either NaCl or NaHCO3. That is baking soda. Next question we have, name a non-metal which is lustrous and a metal which a non-lustrous. So bromine is a lustrous non-metal and sodium is a non-lustrous metal. Why sodium is a non-lustrous metal? Bromine is a lustrous, it is a shiny. Okay, you can write bromine. Bromine is a lustrous. And for non-lustrous, what you can write? For non-lustrous metal, what you can write? You can write sodium. Why we are writing this? Because it is a highly reactive and it will always form a oxide layer on it. Hence, it is a dull in nature. Move to the next question. Which of the following reaction is an endothermic reaction? What is endothermic reaction? The reaction in which heating is required. Means energy needed. Exothermic means what? Exothermic means energy will be liberated from the reaction. Endothermic means energy is required to complete the reaction. So burning of coal, decomposition of vegetable matter into compost, process of respiration, decomposition of calcium carbonate to quicklime and carbon dioxide. So from these four, first one is the answer, burning of coal. Here you are going to burn means what? You are adding an heat energy. So first option A is the answer. I will give the explanation for remaining three also. Decomposition of vegetable matter into compost. Here heat will be liberated. So it is an exothermic. So this is not answer. Process of respiration is an exothermic reaction, hence it is also not. And decomposition of calcium carbonate to quicklime and carbon dioxide, along with that heat energy will be liberated. Hence it is also a exothermic. So this is also not an answer. So option A, burning of coal is an endothermic reaction. So very easy question it is. Just to read this next question. Which is a stronger acid with a pH 5 or pH 2? So which one will be a strong? We know that higher the pH, lesser the hydronium ion concentration. So lower the pH, higher the hydronium concentration. In the strong acid, what is going to happen? We will be having a higher the hydronium ion concentration. So pH is equal to 2 will be the strong acid. We will move to the next question, that is the correct electron dot structure of a water molecule. So we know that electron dot structure from the metals and non-metals formation of molecule, there we have studied this. So we will be just checking the law of octet. We know means central metal atom, central atom should get 8 electrons. So just to check whether 8 electrons are there or not. So in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. So this option is not a correct answer. Here we can check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is there. Not, it is also not answer. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So option C is the answer. So why, sir? Oxygen is having 6 outermost electrons and 2 hydrogens are there. Both the hydrogens are sharing 1 electron. So oxygen will become 8 and it will become an octet. So C is the answer, correct answer. Next question. Which of the following is the outermost shells for elements of a period 2? So when we are talking about the element in the period 1, it contains only K shell. Because only 2 elements are there, that means 2 electrons, so it will be accommodated in the K shell. So we are talking about the period 2. So period 2, so containing 2 shells. So that is K and L. So here what is our question? Which of the following is the outermost shell? So K, L, M, N they have given. In that which is the outermost shell? That is L. So option B. So next question is, which of the following types of medicine is used for treating indigestion? Very firstly, indigestion will be causing why? Due to the excess amount of releasing the hydrochloric acid in our stomach. So in order to neutralize it, what we have to do? We have to take a base. So out of this, which is the option? Antibiotic is there, analgesic is there, antacid is there, antiseptic is there. So out of this, antacid is a mild base where it is going to treat with the HCl, which excess present in our stomach and reduces the stomach pain, indigestion. Next one, electrolysis of water is a decomposition reaction. The mole ratio of hydrogen and oxygen gas is liberated. So liberated during the electrolysis of water will be. So we need to identify which mole ratio is correct. See, first we have to write a decomposition of water. See, H2O on electrolysis it is producing H2 plus O2. Balance this, 2H2O gives you 2H2 plus O2. So what is the mole here? 2 moles. 2, here how much is there? 1 mole. So which are the products? Hydrogen and oxygen is there. What is the ratio will be? 2:1. 2 moles of hydrogen, 1 mole of oxygen. Hence we have to just check it in the options. 1:1, 2:1, 4:1, 1:2. So option will be 2:1. Next, which is the first member of alkane homologous series? So alkane they have given, and first member, since alkane means triple bond, this triple bond should be kept between 2 carbon atom. So just balance the carbon, just name this. So 2 carbon atom is there, so eth. So triple bond is there, ine. So which is the first member? First member is ethine. So option will be option A is the answer. So these are some important questions, and don't think that these questions are only going to come in the exam. These type of questions are going to come. So you just practice more this type of questions in order to understand clearly and to become confident. So when the exams are there, so during that time 1 marks questions, solve more sample papers. In the sample papers they have given 1 mark question, 2 mark questions. In my next video I am going to upload 2 marks question, then afterwards 3, and afterwards I am going to upload 5 marks question. So here these are some sample questions where I have solved in order to make you understand, like this type of questions are going to come in the exams. I hope these type of questions will help you in last minute revision. So all the very best, solve more questions in order to become more confident and very much familiar to the 1 mark questions. Thank you.